You're listening to the Hossan Leong podcast. Ben, this morning, early in the morning, my mom texts me. Okay, She says, I want to go to Wuhan. I'm like, Wuhan? Is it next to Sengkang? Mongol? No, Wuhan, China. So I became travel agent for my parents.
Oh, gosh. Again. Yes.
So I asked her, Mom, I already did it for you. So the travel booking, give me the reference number so I can confirm everything for you. She gives me TR120.
That's a flight number.
Yeah. How many numerals and digits does it have normally reference?
I don't know. 5.
I think 6. But you know what? The best person to ask, I'll guess later on, Chua Enlai.
Oh yeah, he travels a lot.
Lai travel?
That's right.
So we'll find out later from him. So I went to France, right? So we took the TGV. The TGV is the fastest train in Europe. It goes about 275 kilometers per hour. So whizzing through the French countryside, right? Every time I'm on a fast-moving vehicle, I always have to go to the toilet. Okay? It's just part of, old people, like that one. You understand, okay? So, but it's really good. On the TGV, the toilets are really nice and it's so fast that everything you also very fast. It's very smooth, okay? You don't laugh. You try on the KTM Malaysia. If you travel to KL, I will tell you, hold on for one more day. So there I was, finished already, happily. I flushed I pressed the button and nothing happened. So I pressed again. Maybe spoiled, never mind okay? Then I heard this then the train lurched. And I looked out the window, hey, why the French countryside slow down? I said, hey, 50 kilometers per hour. Oh my God, I pressed the emergency stop button on the TGV. Okay, in Singapore, if you press the emergency stop button, what happens? Fine, $5,000 and or jail. They gave you a choice, right? Judge, can I have both? See, they give you a choice. But wow, my life flashed before me. I said, oh my God, I'm going to French jail. I'm going to French jail. I'm going to French jail. But it's okay, because French jail, they all wear Christian Dior. So I very panicked. Then I see the security guard with a baton all coming towards me. Monsieur, what happened? I was like, 我是中国人. So, Enlai.
Yes.
When did we first meet? Do you remember?
Gosh, I don't know.
I first saw you, I didn't know you yet as a friend, but as an actor with Theatre Works. You were in that
festival.
Strange show with Kumar was in it too.
What?
Oh no, it wasn't. Yes. Mina and me. With,
Yes.
Yeah, with Kumar and Janice.
Was it a serious thing?
A Spell 7 show.
Oh yes. It was at Fort Canning.
Yes, it was.
And that was when I first saw you.
Yeah.
On stage, and then we got to know Enlai as Xena the Warrior Princess.
That's right.
Because he was in Xena the Warrior
You
Princess.
did not know that, right? Yes.
With Lucy Lawless.
Yes.
Correct.
That was when I was still in MDC, I think.
Yes,
Right?
you were.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
And got permission to do that show, so it's not like, cannot say. Anyway, I really what is it? You know when you don't have to do reservist anymore?
MR.
MRI?
MR. MINDEF Reserve.
No, you don't have to do reservist
I
anymore.
don't have to do reservist anymore.
You're disposed. No, defeated.
Released. Is it released? No, but what's the... Is it...
ROD.
Is it ROD? Do they still use ROD?
Most people say MINDEF Reserve. Once you turn 40, you are given a
You
letter.
still have to be reserve.
In case there's a war.
Which road show?
This one MDC. He'll attack you with his mascara pen. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Standby makeup.
But you unlike you grew up in New Zealand, right?
Yes.
And because we want you on the show because you travel so much, and we want our audiences to benefit from your words of advice.
Words of advice.
Yeah,
inspired by your quest.
travel stories. Lai travel. Hashtag Lai travel.
Yeah.
So, what was the first country you ever went alone, solo?
Oh, solo.
Yeah, solo.
Gosh, I can't remember which country I went to solo. But when I was a child, my parents used to just put me on the plane alone.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I used
randomly?
no, not randomly.
He's going to Wuhan.
I don't know why they don't want to fly with me. I must have been terrible, right, as a child traveler. I used to be a UM a lot, unaccompanied minor. You have these stickers, yeah. And then the ground crew will look after you, and then they will hand you over to the flight crew, and then they have to watch you throughout the flight.
But
and then
where
give
were
you
you
toys
going?
and stuff, like wherever my dad was traveling. Wherever my dad was working.
Oh, I see. So they just put you on a plane and
Yeah,
fuck you
yeah.
off.
Like go. Then on your own, like
Wow.
that time to New Zealand or to wherever it was, like Australia or
Oh yeah,
Macau.
your dad was a horse trainer.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Anywhere with a racetrack with
used-
horses.
Exactly.
Wow.
They used to travel a lot. Then okay, go on the plane alone. So I
I think maybe that's where you got your travel bug from. You got
think
bitten
so.
very, very young already.
Now you still want to be unaccompanied minor.
Yes.
It's still, now it's the UM unaccompanied major. What about you, Ben? What's the first time you traveled solo?
I traveled solo. Goodness. Must have been, I guess, to Australia when I went to university.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was been about 17, 18. No, maybe after army already.
After
right?
army, yeah.
Okay.
So that was interesting. I had a lot of questions when I arrived at customs in Australia. They ask you a lot of questions, right? Then,
did you bring bakwa?
Did you bring bakwa? What is this? This is a rice cooker. My mother packed it for me.
You had a full-on rice cooker.
Whole rice cooker.
Back in the day, very hard to find rice cooker in Australia.
Very hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to cook rice in a pot.
Yeah.
No, then when you explained to them what it was, they went to buy one also.
They just nodded and said, "Okay, go." It wasn't exactly contraband, or they couldn't
Yeah.
find any reason to ban it, lah. They just asked whether it was the right voltage. Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, "Yeah, I've got the adapters for Australia."
Australia, two pin.
Australia, different voltage, man.
No,
No, same. It's just that the
just
pin's
the-
different.
yeah, the
It's a
adapter.
slanty
Sharp
one.
Yeah, just like that one. The
Triangle pin.
yes, triangle. That's it.
Triangle pin.
Like house like that.
Yeah.
Right.
House, yes. So the first time I traveled was I was 18, and I won a lucky draw. You never win lucky draws. You just so you send in stupid stuff, right?
Okay, whose lucky draw was it?
I can't remember, some magazine. I fill in the tick 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 tick, then you send, right?
Then mail lah.
No,
Snail mail.
It was snail mail, and then I got the answer. I won third prize, and it was a gold pendant. Okay, so I'm like, Mom, what do I do with gold pendant? She says, you sell to me, ah. So I sold my mom this gold pendant for $800.
Wow.
Right back then. And with that ticket, I bought a ticket to go see Suki in LA.
Wow.
My good friend Suki Chu, who's now a producer in Hollywood. And I was 18. And the cheapest flight to LA was via Taipei, China Airlines. It was a 20, don't know what hour flight, because transit in
Taipei.
Taipei Airport, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then someone cannot speak Mandarin. So lost in Taipei. So that was my first trip ever alone, and it was wonderful. Wow.
Why were you lost in the airport?
Because I couldn't read, and then everything was just, oh, I don't know lah, whatever.
Oh,
And then
no,
they had
scary.
to, exactly. And then the lady stuck a sticker on me, not UM, but English spoken only on my chest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the whole trip on China Airlines, they just insulted me in Chinese because they know I couldn't understand. Yeah, so collect headphones. They used to collect headphones back.
I thought
You tell them,
chicken.
I would like the fish, please.
I heard tea as in like.
They would collect the headphones. I thought they said lachi. I threw the rubbish into the bag. I got scolded. But yeah, having said that though, now we've been traveling a lot together, Enlai and I.
Right.
We go to Singapore a lot.
yes,
Singapore
yes,
Day,
Enlai is
that's
terrible,
right.
okay?
Why? What did I do?
He will always take pictures of you while you are in the ugly position on the seat sleeping.
I love doing
He's
that.
terrible.
Because the thing is, I cannot sleep when I'm traveling.
I know why. Because you're always drinking.
No.
Actually, no, Apu finished all the champagne on SQ.
Yeah, I heard about that. I wasn't on that
Oh,
flight,
oh
but I
my
heard about that.
He finished the whole plane's champagne, okay?
How many
How-
bottles does a plane carry?
A lot, I'm sure.
Enough for the Apu.
Or not enough for Apu, you mean?
Yeah, so he can't sleep on a plane. What do?
I walk around, and if I'm traveling with other people who are who I know. Can you imagine? I take photos of random people I don't know, right?
And post it. Tag yourself.
Yes. I will walk around and usually people will be asleep, right? I will take photos of them. Yes.
It's terrible.
Yes.
He's taking a picture of me with like arms thrown behind me, armpit all. And
Yeah. Then wear the eye mask, but the eye mask move up onto the forehead already. You know, that sort of thing.
But we've had so much fun traveling together though.
Yes.
And,
yes.
But what are your pet peeves when you travel with a group?
Pet peeves when traveling with a group. Well, I mean, especially when it's work, like you've got a call time in the morning, right? It's really stressful. I get so stressed. I like try to wake up extra early so that, you know, the whole coach is not waiting for me.
That is stressful.
It is so stressful. I mean, honestly, there could be like 35 other people waiting for you. I've led tours before too, and they'll say that they're usually slightly older people. Those that, you know,
Pioneer.
the sunrise, they also rise that night, right? It is so difficult to wake up super early because, you know, tours are really hardcore. You know, like basically you are driving around sightseeing when the sun's up, right? And
you're not a morning person.
I'm not a morning person, and you have to wake up super early. Still jet lagged also, but you know, for older people it doesn't matter. And then you have to be there like early, and then like the uncle aunties are like they just can't believe that someone would be 1 minute late.
Oh my goodness!
Really?
That is real pressure.
That one is real pressure.
Do you have to have breakfast with them as well?
It depends. I mean, in hotels that have room service. Then it's room service, but not all hotels have that, right?
And then you to be bright and chirpy and smiley.
Exactly, and I like eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Especially when you're about to go onto a coach for 3 hours, right?
Yeah, you have to have
I get
breakfast.
hangry, right? So you need to eat breakfast. It's not like, okay, never mind, you know, in half an hour's time I'm gonna be able to sit down at a cafe and eat breakfast. No.
You're stuck on a bus.
Yes. And then and also, like, I mean, for Singapore Day, we get there, the next meal is actually lunch.
That's true. And it's in a box.
And it's in a box. Yes.
Most of the time.
So you have to have
Would you like
breakfast.
to have the chai peng?
Walao, don't even go there.
It's really interesting. Like,
Don't even give us mee pok.
all these cities that we go to, right? Like, okay, don't say like Shanghai, but all the rest are Angmo countries, right? Australia, London,
Melbourne, Sydney,
Americas,
New York.
Yes.
They all try to cook us Chinese food.
Oh, it's terrible.
I know, right?
It's terrible. They cater from I don't know which restaurant, and then we're having satay today. That's not satay. That's mystery meat on a stick.
It's somehow how many times we just had white rice with one piece of luncheon meat and catered by Lico.
Lico. Oh.
No, the company
The
that
company that
Dan's
building.
office is in. Yeah.
Oh.
Lico.
Rhymes with Glico.
Oh, but it's not. But it's not as tasty.
No.
Okay, no,
And it's not Japanese food.
No.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go
but
there.
yeah, so I mean, it is tough sometimes traveling in a group because you don't always see eye to eye. Sometimes even with friends, I think.
Correct. You get irritated with people.
You know, and then if you're the kind of character that goes, okay lah, just give in. But after a while, you get like, seriously?
Yeah, I was actually just talking to Irene about traveling because we were filming a Channel 8 show, and they're also asking us about where we've been. I mean, we've been to Bali together, all together.
Oh my God, yes, we did.
Remember? and then we're talking about how different we are, and then the hosts, like Bonsak and Vivian, were like, then why do you guys travel together? Because actually, when you're traveling, I think sometimes opposites attract, really, because you can't have two people who are really like type A, must do this, must do that, because you will clash, I reckon.
For sure. Yes.
Right?
It happened to me in France, actually, with some friends. And after we saw, oh my gosh, we love them to bits, but how, right? But when Enlai and I went to Bali, wow, that story, Enlai, please tell.
Which one?
Okay, what? No, context, please.
Actually, the context was this. We said, both of us, we need to go to, what's that place?
Coup d'etat. This is a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I think coup d'etat like just
Just
opened.
open.
It was like
the
them hips and
Yeah,
hips and
happening.
correct.
Both of us, let's go to coup d'etat. Okay. So we jump into a taxi.
Yeah.
Went to coup d'etat.
Yeah, we weren't living too far away.
Yeah.
But you know, when you have to drive, you have to drive like inland a bit and then
Inland,
back out onto the beach. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we got there. We said, oh my gosh, the food, the menu looks amazing. Let's order. We order.
Yeah. And whilst we're ordering, like I think approaching dessert, right? The dessert page. I went, oh, Hossan, did you bring your credit card? Because I didn't.
Said no, I didn't have any cash on me because I thought Enlai was bringing his credit card.
And I thought he was bringing like the cash.
So in the end, we ordered one slice of cake
to share because
share.
cannot afford.
We had no money. Then no money to take taxi home. So we walked on the beach.
Yes, because the hotel that we're staying at is also along the beach, so it's not too far away.
But then it was sunset.
Yeah. Sunset, very nice, take photo, whatever.
Then suddenly very dark because beach, no lights.
Like how come got no street lamp? This is not East Coast Park land.
And then we walk, we laugh.
Yeah.
Then we hear this.
Oh no, the Bali dogs.
I have never seen Enlai scream and run so fast.
Then after that must stop because you realize, oh yeah, you can't run when dogs are angry because they will run
chase
after
you.
you. Yes, they'll chase you. I remember we got like
We did the fast walk,
briskly.
the brisk walk down the beach with Bart. I tell you, that was so fun. We had so much fun.
Jeez.
Yes. Yeah, that was so memorable.
But what
Was it just you two?
Yes, that night it was
but we went with Irene. I think was it that trip?
yeah, but maybe they hadn't arrived yet or something like that.
I don't know. It was Enlai.
Yeah, it was just both of us for
being
dinner that
nonsense.
night anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
But having said that, we a lot of times, Ben and I and our producer Jem, we follow you on your travels.
Travels.
Like I travel on Instagram, on Facebook, and Twitter. And how do you get $700 business class flights to Washington?
What do you mean?
How do you
do
find
that?
these things? these deals?
Social media. No, on the internet.
Yeah, but
remember
do you
la-
get notifications like Chua Enlai, $500, New York, like that? Book now.
Well, okay. There's this one website that I go to. It's Flyer Talk, and then you go to premium fare deals. It's always a deal, okay? It's never a mistake. It's a deal or a flash sale, right? I mean, last time you used to have to go to the travel agency,
Yeah.
and then the auntie uncle will book for you, then write on the paper
Oh my God,
ticket.
those paper tickets, those slips, right?
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays,
Nobody does that. That's why the travel agencies are all closing down.
And unless they offer something like a package holiday, I guess, right? And airlines want us to book directly with them. Okay, sure. And some, people make mistakes, right? I guess. Not people offer flash sales, right?
Okay.
So
you get, and you go.
Though honestly, I don't use. These are very rare.
Okay.
And I don't often go on them.
Really?
He'll forward it to me. And I'll be like, I can't go.
And usually, all these things, are quite last minute.
Right.
Right.
And also because a lot of the flights, you have to go to the start destination, not necessarily Singapore.
Like
So for-
Thailand, Bangkok to
or
fly to
Jakarta,
Europe.
for example.
Jakarta. Okay, that's a different matter because I think in Singapore, like say Hong Kong and Tokyo, there's a big corporate market, right? So the flights are usually always quite full. But if you go to other cities, airlines regularly have special fares for business class and first class.
Okay.
So that time I went with Apil
Yeah.
to New York. We flew from Jakarta to New York via Doha
Okay, so on
Qatar Airways on the Q suites, and it was their regular fare of $3,000 SGD.
Wow, there you go. On business
Wow,
class.
to New York.
New York.
That's half the price
Yeah.
of your usual fares from here.
That's amazing.
Where else? What other places?
Because you've flown some via Colombo and all that before.
Yeah, so Colombo too, I flew up for my friend's wedding. I think I flew Etihad. Colombo to New York also was about 3,003. Yeah, and
So you just make your way to Colombo
Yeah.
or wherever the start point is.
yeah, and Colombo is a really nice place for layover.
Okay.
Lots of restaurants and shops, and there's the beach, there Padang there. It's very nice. And then where else? Bangkok. Bangkok, obviously. Okay, it's a bit rarer in Bangkok because
How do you
Bangkok's
pronounce the name of the
got so many
airport again?
travelers. Suvarnabhumi.
See, Suvarnabhumi.
But it's not spelled that way. I
Yeah,
said
it's not
the silent-
Suvarnabhumi. What?
Yeah, there's a
Bumi
silent
Putra.
I.
Silent I. So there's so many silent. Okay,
Letters
we'll
in
talk about
Thai.
that
We'll
later.
talk about that later, yeah.
Because you have to teach us how to do the accent properly.
Yeah, right.
But so Bangkok is also a good start point.
Right? I mean, maybe just flying the day earlier.
And Thai Airways, the premium classes are quite yummy, right?
Yeah, they're good. And then, yeah, so Bangkok's a great place too. Sometimes got KL. I've never tried Manila because I heard the transit's quite scary.
Yeah, I don't think Manila would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Airport, no, like closed down type. one.
Yeah, and apparently the terminals are like Heathrow lah, you know, like
All over the place.
all over the place. Like you have to take taxi to the next
Wow.
terminal or something like that.
Okay.
I've not been there, so I don't
Please
know.
line up here for the tuk-tuk to Terminal 4.
Can you imagine? Then 4 hours later, still in the jam.
But okay, so of all the places you've gone to been visited, which would be the most inspiring for you? Yeah, inspiring that you go and you go.
Can be a city, can be
I feel
a
inspired.
country.
You know,
Most inspiring.
what would be yours, Ben?
What will be mine? In New York. I
Yeah?
think New York City is the center of the universe.
A lot of people think that too.
Yeah, so you get this buzz when you're there. So you feel like you can do anything. You
Right.
make things happen when you're there. Yeah.
I get inspired at the south of France. I love it there because I think the peace, the food, and just the people, and I get very refreshed and inspired to create when I'm there because I think you kind of stay away from social media as well. Okay, like you got to put up on Instagram sometimes, but once a while, yeah. But I think for me that would be my inspiring place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours, Leh?
Yours?
I think there are two cities which I find extraordinarily beautiful, but also they're facing great challenges. One is Cape Town,
Okay.
and the other one is Rio de Janeiro.
Wow. Okay.
I think I really like the what's that mountain? 有山有海 situations.
Table Mountain in Cape Town, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Rio's got Sugarloaf and all that, but you're also on the beach.
Right. So you get a best of both worlds kind of thing.
I think I really like that. And the beauty, it is so beautiful. I guess I get inspired by that. But also, we know that both countries are facing a lot of challenges. And that is inspiring in a different way. They've gone through so many changes.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's constant, right? And to think that these people live with these challenges every day.
Yeah, on a daily basis, they
Yes.
face these difficulties, right?
Yeah, and then, but they also live in such a beautiful city. It's
And the people
it's
themselves,
such a contradiction. Yep.
they're nice. They're really beautiful people on the inside as well. I think some of the difficulties in when you're facing it on a daily basis, you become nicer. I think I don't know because I find it.
I think different attitude to life in
Attitudes,
general. I think, yeah.
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 Right. I think we have a culture here of being grumblers, complainers. Yeah.
We take things for granted. I think in Singapore a lot of times.
Exactly.
And then suddenly, I don't know, I maybe I'm generalizing, but we become very ugly.
Yeah, so you got your road rage and your MRT rage and everything when you can't get to work on time and you don't realize that your commute is only, 20 minutes?
Yeah, exactly, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we're such a small city, and our roads actually are, they work.
They're pretty good. I mean,
Well.
there's nothing to really complain about, right?
Exactly.
And then,
Yeah.
but we're just so uptight Maybe it's just because we live in a city that's crowded.
But then so is
No, every
Tokyo,
other city,
so is
yeah.
Hong Kong, and I don't know.
And I think, as I love New York,
And New York.
yeah, but New Yorkers too can be quite like tiring after a while.
Yeah, it
you know.
depends. So you try not to annoy them and they won't annoy you.
I think like
Keep
this that goes for
yourselves.
everybody in
Yeah,
general.
that's true,
what?
But I think what is really amazing about Singapore and parks, they
Yeah.
do an amazing job. Can you imagine if we didn't have all that greenery here?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Right?
Just because just go across the causeway already, and Johor is sweltering because there's no greenery.
Yeah.
And it's hot. But here, this because of the way end parks, like you said, has structured the city.
Yeah, so that's the
amazing.
thing. So I
Every
read some
corner all got
crazy.
bougainvillea or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
And they're all numbered, right?
The trees are all numbered.
Every tree has
Yeah.
a serial number.
You're not allowed to touch it.
Can lah. Just stroke it very calmly.
Then my thigh brush against it when I'm walking past it can also.
Can.
Can.
Hi, Angsana. Are you the flame of the forest?
Are you the flame of my forest?
Oh dear.
Oh gosh, yes.
All right, so now I want to ask you guys, right? What should you not do on board a plane?
What should you not do? Oh, I know. Eat juhu, cuttlefish. Don't eat cuttlefish.
Oh my God, talking about cuttlefish, right? So this is in the 90s. Is it 90s? Yes. I think close to late 90s. My mum decided that I needed to know more about my heritage, right? And I mean, I'm Chinese, but obviously my forefathers came from China. So,
Zina.
yeah, right. And then she brought me from New Zealand to China. This is in the 90s, I think it's mid-90s. And mid-90s China is very different from now. That was my first time stepping into China. Oh my gosh. The toilets, oh my gosh, there were no doors.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
And then use umbrella if you need to do a number
But
two.
if you do number two, you were not facing the front though. You're facing the side. Isn't it? You're not like
Side view. I can't remember. But oh my gosh.
The side view.
It is, okay, anyway. But juhe was the snack that they offered instead of peanuts on Air China,
Really?
China
Are you serious?
Eastern, and China Southern or whatever. Yes,
Wow.
that's all they offered. Juhe, can you imagine the whole plane smelled like dry cuttlefish?
dried cuttlefish. If you
Half
haven't smelled it,
chewed up.
Yes.
it just smells like you haven't brushed your teeth for like a month. And then you just go, hi, how are you? Like that.
Can you imagine?
你好吗？
Wow.
哇，好臭啊。
150 packets
Wow.
on each plane.
And they say we can't take durian on board.
Right?
Thanks.
I don't think they do.
What was the drink that came with the cuttlefish though? What goes with cuttlefish? What
I
pairing?
can't, Chinese tea. I can't remember. I don't know. I just remember the juhe, and I've never eaten juhe since.
Okay, so all of us, we've traveled a fair bit, I think. And is there a favorite restaurant or place that you would recommend if someone would want to go and visit this particular city, for example? Is there somewhere?
I've got one. I don't know whether it's still there though. It's in Sydney, and I always bring visitors when they used to come and visit me while I was in university to that beach, that cafe on that beach. It's called Seduced.
Seduced. It's on Coogee.
No, not Coogee.
Bondi.
No. Between Bondi and Coogee. What's that?
Bronte.
Bronte. Yeah, that's right. Bronte Beach.
Bronte Beach. Okay, you know what? I'm going to Sydney.
Can you find out if it's still
I'll go
open?
to Bronte. It's Seduced.
Seduced.
I remember that you brought
Yes,
me there
yes.
before. Yeah.
I bring all visitors to Sydney because all the flights land in Sydney in the morning. So
God, yeah.
then I said, okay, don't taking
up.
the sunlight. Let's go to the beach first. And it's always a treat when you land in Sydney. Go to the beach first because that's the lifestyle there. So that's the fantastic thing about that. So
It's a summer city
It's a
lah.
summer city
Not
all
in
year
winter.
round. Yeah.
Yeah, the beaches in Sydney are so
They're breathtaking.
beautiful, right?
Especially from the cliffs you're looking down.
Yeah, but inside don't know.
Don't know got what,
Got
but
shark, no?
every year got a few
Got fish,
Chinese
got
tourists
fish.
drown lah.
Oh no!
Oh dear. Because they don't understand the rib,
Swim
the rib
between
tides.
the flags.
Yeah, exactly. It's a martial flag. Anyway, what about you? And like, what would you recommend? Where would you recommend?
Okay, well, recently, I went to San Sebastian, which is like, the gourmet capital of Spain, right? And we had to choose one starred restaurant, and we chose this one called Culinary, which is a little bit out of San Sebastian, meaning 20 minutes now. And then it's on a cliff, and you look out onto the San Sebastian is north, Atlantic, I think. North of Spain is
the Atlantic Ocean.
North Atlantic, right?
I failed my geography.
Yeah.
South is Mediterranean.
Oh yes, yes. So it's north.
Yeah,
North.
north.
And it is beautiful.
Okay.
It is. I mean, the food was amazing too, but the scenery is wonderful. But the thing about San Sebastian is that you don't have to go to the start places.
No, exactly.
You go to the old town, and there are all these pinchos bars, pinchos or pincho bars, pincho bars.
One
Pincho
pincho,
bar.
two pincho sets.
Is it? No.
My name is Pablo Pinchoba.
I'm going to Medellin.
What's that?
In Colombia.
Oh,
I don't know. Should I watch
Yes.
Narcos before?
Spanish.
to learn
But why be
Spanish.
scared? Why be scared if I watch Narcos?
Won't lie, you just know how to scold them back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Por favor.
Anyway, so you just go. Pinchos is like the version of tapas,
Okay.
and it is everywhere and so beautifully made. Individual pieces, and to them it's just it's like
normal
their
snack.
normal snack, like their hawker food. You
Wow.
just.
It's like the zita.
Exactly.
No, not zita, even better than zita.
Yeah. You go to a sports bar and you would have this buffet laid out for you, and then you watch whatever you want to watch, football, whatever it is, and you just order pinchos. Then you got cold pinchos, hot pinchos. Yeah.
I didn't know the word pinchos
It's
existed.
tapas.
I thought it was tapas, right? No.
Pintxos, right?
Oh. There's an X in it.
Yeah. It is
Oh.
Basque.
I see. Okay.
Basque.
Correct.
Basque,
So
right?
on
Okay.
the border of
Sensitive,
Spain
this-
and
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. It is the Basque dialect
I
language.
see. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize that. Okay. Wow, fantastic. If you are looking for really good Chinese cuisine and not just a dialect, go to the Raffles Hotel. Have you tried the new restaurant by Jeremy Leong?
No.
no,
The
it's
Singapore Raffles
related to
Hotel.
you, no?
No, because Leung.
Oh, okay.
But Jeremy Leong's restaurant at the
So
Raffles Hotel.
it's not pronounced Leong, like Tony Leong.
Yeah, it's
Is it-
Leong.
Leong.
It's like Hyong Kong.
Leong.
Then
Okay.
yours is Leong. Then his is Leong. Is it?
Leong.
But it's written the same way, like English is just the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll get
face-
to accents later.
Yeah, but because what's amazing with this restaurant is the fact that he has included hundreds of dishes, and I don't know how they do it. Hundreds of dishes from all around China. So you can order. It's not like Cantonese Hokkien. So it's just like duck, duck, like
Wow.
in whatever style you want. Okay.
Wow.
And I think it's quite an amazing feat what he has done, because you can imagine bringing in all the ingredients from China and
That's
around the world.
crazy.
Yeah.
So I had durian, avocado, tartar. It was amazing how he did the
I'm
taste.
quite scared of that.
Very scared.
That to me is hashtag Lao Sai.
But no, I mean you must try.
Not Heidi Lao Sai.
No.
That's you.
I love mala hot pot, but I tell you, the next morning,
I don't understand, no, because my tongue gets numb, becomes thumb. and how do you eat mala? I don't understand. I don't get it.
Doesn't mala kill the taste of the,
Yeah.
the food? No.
no, mala got many flavors
Really? As in-
in one spoonful.
Really?
It's just
No, because I mean it's numb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got that slight numbing like flavor. It's a little bit.
how is numb a flavor?
It is. Numb is I don't know how to say it. Yeah. Now that you've mentioned that, right? How is numb a flavor? It is lah. It is like
While you're numb.
well, you're numb.
While you're numb. My num is.
I love spicy food. But then again,
yeah.
I think the funny thing is I only started eating chili when I came back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
because not much in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I think you try to grow the chili. I think my mom tried for years, grow the chili padi there,
not
die.
spicy one. Not spicy one.
New Zealand chilies.
I mean, wherever, because like I try to order, every time I go to like Sydney, I will order something with chili and it's not spicy at all. Our friend Pat Mock, walao, she brings chili padi in a Tupperware.
No, I know a
she
few
goes.
people that do that. Yeah.
But we cannot bring to Sydney, too bad.
Yeah, I also cannot bring to New Zealand.
Yeah, cannot so.
Not allowed.
In New Zealand,
Because
Australia,
they-
same lah. It's very strict.
All
one.
their local fauna will die. The kiwi bird eat the
Sheep
chili
bird
padi.
eat the thing, then lao sai.
The lamb, the lamb of the spicy.
All the fur drop.
Yeah, nothing to shave already.
Yeah, no more sharing.
Yeah.
Just let the sheep eat chili. Wow, mala.
Naked.
Subhana boom. Okay, which country would you guys really want to visit? Your wish list.
Wish list. Okay. Portugal.
Oh, okay. You've been right, like Portugal.
Yes.
How was it? My friends love it.
I've been to Porto and it's
Lisbon and all that.
yeah, it's great. I mean, do you like port?
I like pork.
Got pork also lah.
Pork and pork.
But a lot of sardine and port along the river. You macam like say Clarke Quay, right? So you stand on one side, the opposite side, right, are all port distilleries.
Wow.
Sit on the wrong side.
I can't reach you. Row your boat.
And then you just walk across the bridge and then you go for tastings lah.
Wow.
Okay. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, why not?
And then there's that library that inspired the Harry Potter library.
Oh, really?
Because J.K. Rowling lived there.
In Porto.
In
Yes.
Porto.
Ah, okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So this library is what inspired the library in the Harry Potter movies.
Hogwarts.
Okay, I got to check that. I got to tell my son because Kai is 10 and he's read all the Harry Potter books. I couldn't even finish one. And so he's a big fan so much. And he loves libraries.
So he must go.
Why not?
Okay,
Right?
it's a
Must go.
bookshop. It's a bookshop.
Okay. Does it serve port?
Huh?
Got drinks inside?
Or port.
Pork in a bookstore.
Pork or pot? What was it?
Pot.
Pork. Port. No.
No.
Cannot drink mine inside.
What about you? And like, what would your country or city wish list?
Somewhere in Africa. I haven't decided whether it would be East Africa or West Africa. I stopped over in Addis Ababa.
That's right, you did.
I had a day there. And then after I left, the next week got riots. So scary.
Oh, gosh.
But it really is quite fascinating, you know. Had some coffee, visited some sites. But I think Ethiopia is quite fascinating. I also like to see the migration of the animals and of the wildlife. I think it's in Tanzania.
Tanzania, right?
The Serengeti.
Yeah, but of course that will be like a decidedly touristic trip lah, right? Because it's a safari.
Sure.
Those
Yeah.
safaris are amazing.
Oh, yeah, wait,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I thought you've been on a safari.
That was in South Africa.
Okay.
So I think animal different lah. Maybe this one, the other one got like koala. No.
Migration, ma.
No, yeah, migration from Australia to Africa.
Got
It's
his
a different
PR.
cast of the Lion King. This one different company.
I've always wanted to visit South America. I've never had a chance yet. So like you mentioning Rio de Janeiro, and I'm like, Rio, Sao Paulo. I don't know. I would love to go down to South America because apparently everyone's really beautiful.
Yeah, I would love to go to Sao Paulo too.
Right.
I couldn't go because some friends I was traveling with, they had to pull out. The dad.
I
the
see.
dad had a stroke.
I see. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
So I had
yes.
to change
You have to change
something,
the
and I had
flights.
to skip Sao
Skip Sao
Paulo.
Paulo.
Yeah. And
Let's
then-
go.
Let's go.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
so, okay,
Yes.
bucket
Your
list.
job to find us the cheapest business class tickets from Jakarta via Doha all the way past New York to Sao Paulo.
But I tell you, South America is so far away, right? I mean,
That's why SQ stopped the flights to Sao Paulo.
it's so far. My goodness. You know.
That's why I call South America.
Yeah, it's very, very, very far South America. It's, we're like Australians when it comes to South America.
Oh.
Like, can you imagine Australia? Like, if you're Australian or New Zealander,
Everywhere,
right?
is,
Everywhere
far.
is far.
Yeah.
Well, not to South America.
Still far.
Is
It
it far?
still takes about 24 hours to get there from
Who asked them?
Sydney.
Stay so far away.
I flew from Auckland to Buenos Aires on Air New Zealand, and when you look at the map, right, all you see is the plane.
Yeah, it's
because
just the
there's
sea.
Nothing.
It's just the sea. There is absolutely nothing under
between.
you.
Wow.
It is quite amazing. Then you like open the map a bit more. Like, how come got no land? Then I said, oh, no wonder the airplane. It's really far away.
Ay, Australia and New Zealand, they're like the Punggol and Sengkang of the world.
Wow, that's
Right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
quite a
really
good metaphor.
They're really very far away, right? Very poor thing. Like they go Europe. Oh my goodness! It's like we all go to South America, lah, right?
Well, on that note, thanks Enlai for joining us on our show, on our podcast. Ben and
Yes.
I are very happy that you can be
Yeah,
with us
yeah,
because Lai Travel for me personally has always been my escape. So thank you because
that's
I
right.
follow you. So if you guys want to follow Enlai, your Instagram, all that is Chua Enlai, is it?
At Chua Enlai, yeah.
At Chua Enlai.
One word. So
Yeah.
it becomes like in the middle got a lot of vowels, lah. So it's up to you. At Chua Enlai.
Chua Enlai. Can you please buy a consonant? Right?
And you're not associated with the company Lai Travel. There is actually a company called Lai
Oh,
Travels.
they do?
Yes.
Don't they have coach services? Don't they provide coach services?
Yeah, they do. Buses.
So, but this is the Chua
Chua
Enlai
Enlai.
travel services. So you can follow him and follow his exciting journeys around the world. And he's in charge of taking us to Sao Paulo.
Yes, to South America. Yep.
Hola!
Yeah.
Hola!
Por favor.
Por favor.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
And
Pau. Pau
Ciao.
is a Portuguese word. Pau.
char siu.
Yeah, that's where the word comes from.
Pao.
Pau.
Are you serious?
So
Yeah.
Sao Paulo is
Like, that means very hot. 这个包很烧咯
steamy.
Steamy. What a full of nonsense you are.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo.
It's time for From the Fishbowl. Or is it Topics from the Fishbowl?
Topics from the fishbowl.
So Ben picked the last time, so I'm going to...
Can you use your non-injured hand?
Sorry. Cannot come out. See, I injured my finger during my show and there's a big splint.
Yes.
So I'm trying to not get stuck. All right, the topic for today is time travel. Wow, how apt, because this is for this topic about travel. Time travel, when and where? What do you think?
Well, my whole life has been a time travel.
Because
Yesterday I was 25, now I'm 50.
it's true.
Yeah, it's been really, really fast.
It's fast, right? I
Yeah.
mean, just like that. When I think back on our lives, how varied it has been, and how much fun we've had traveling through time. Literally.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So we're so lucky because we live in an era where we straddle both analog and digital.
Correct. So we are not what they call digital natives. For us, we were really analog. We grew up with black and white televisions with oven dials, remember?
Oh my
You do-
goodness, oven dials. Clack,
Yeah.
clack, clack, clack,
Click, click, click.
Ah,
To change the
turn
channel.
Channel 8. Clack, 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 clack,
Yeah.
clack, clack, clack. Channel 5. Clack, clack, clack. That's all. We had 2 channels.
Yeah, 5,
You know,
8.
we had RTM 1, RTM 2, then we had TV3 untuk
Untuk sa-
Anda.
That was that new TV station from KL that we managed to receive signals from. So if you remember TV3, which means you're close to our age lah, right?
Exactly. And I remember the time of, we didn't have photocopy machines back then. We had the cyclostat.
Cyclostyle.
Cyclostyle.
Yeah.
We had to put carbon paper.
And then you had to
And then
crank
you
it.
crank it so they will ink it. And then it will shoot out these pieces of copies of things you wanted to copy.
You had to be really. This was in the army, and we had, the clerks in the army had to go and use the cyclostyle machine, and so you had to be really fit to be a clerk because you had to crank
Crank.
the machine to make photocopies of pieces of paper.
Exactly, and you have to type it because that's how it comes out because of
Yeah.
the typewriter.
The impact of the letters, on the carbon paper.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
fantastic.
that was really
Now that's
flashback.
really analog communications, right?
Correct, and then we had to fax.
Facsimile.
Fax. Okay, the other day, someone said, "Can you fax something?" I'm like, who uses a fax nowadays, Auntie?
Where got fax machine?
Can you please come to 2019? Thank you very much. Fax leh. I'm like, wow. But still, I mean, nowadays as we go digital, right? More and more smart nation, #smart nation. I don't understand why some companies still insist that they send me this #gyro form.
Yeah.
That I have to fill, go to the bank and prove that it's me so that I can get paid. Have they not heard of Pay Now?
I don't think the companies have heard of Pay Now. That's the problem.
Sorry, that one is the company that I'm talking about
Is in my building.
In your building.
That shall not be named.
Oh my
But
goodness.
it rhymes with Liko.
Pocky?
Oh, I love them to bits, yes.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, time travel for us, I mean, I think for Ben and I, it's really has been quite an experience because we really had to quickly adapt.
Adapt, yeah. Like the time you didn't know that the Big Bird was yellow because you only had a black and white television.
Yeah. Don't look at me like that, Jem. Jem's our producer. He's telling he didn't, because I grew up watching black and white TV till I was 15.
Yeah, he came to my house. I had a color TV. And then he saw Sesame Street for the first time.
In color.
And
suddenly...
I didn't know Big Bird was yellow.
Yeah.
Walao.
I mean, I thought all animals were just like pandas and zebras and penguins. So my eyes opened. Thanks, Ben. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank my parents for buying the color TV.
Yeah. Wow. So there you go. Time travel. Where and when? Basically all 50 years of our lives, Ben and I. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. So if you have any comments, you want to review us also, please drop us an email. And that's at
Chop at...
No, it's not Chop. No, Chop. Chop is when you want to
Sorry.
hire me, you email Chop. Podcast at doubleconfirm.sg. Once again, it's podcast at doubleconfirm.sg. See you next time.
Bye.
Chop. The Hossan Leong podcast is brought to you by Double Confirm Productions. Hosted by Hossan Leong and Benjamin Lee. Produced by Ann Lee and Jem To. Post-mixed by Ken Delbridge and recorded at Splice Studios, Singapore.